Good morning. This morning we're talking about myths. How many of us grew up being told by our parents, don't crack your knuckles? Why? Well, because we were told that they'll become gnarly and deformed. Well, what does this mean? Well, there was no science behind it back in my childhood and maybe some of yours as well. But today what we know, of course, is that cracking your knuckles does not increase arthritis. As a matter of fact, studies show that cracking your children that crack their knuckles actually have a lower incidence of arthritis as adults. And if we think about it, that makes sense, right? Because as we move our knuckles, those joints, that popping that you hear, are joint surfaces coming apart, creating a vacuum, and that's the pop that you hear. In the joints of our body, we're self-lubricating machines. So as our joints move, as we separate joints out, my shoulder joint is separating out now. My other shoulder joint is separate. As we separate joints out, it creates gaps between the surfaces. Those gaps allow for the fluids which lubricate our bodies to come in and lubricate the surfaces. Much like if you took WD-40 and put it in between a bolt and the wheel of your car. We want to lubricate these surfaces so that they move more easily. Well, what happened back in the old days is we were told, don't crack your knuckles, your joints will look like grandma when you get older. What they were really saying is, Billy, Mary, don't crack your knuckles because it bugs me. And it just bothered them. So the advice I give my children is, Billy, Mary, don't crack your knuckles in front of your parents. It bugs them. But in terms of the science, for parents, I want you to feel free and freed that your children are doing any damage. In fact, they're probably helping themselves. As we age, of course, what happens? Our joints dry out. And do you think old people go around cracking their knuckles? Have you seen old people cracking their knuckles? No. And yet the children don't have arthritis. The old people have arthritis. So there's the myth. And I hope that I helped give you some comfort and a little bit of freedom and a little bit of knowledge. Have a great day.